The primary goal of horizontal separation is to reduce wildfire spread by increasing the amount of space between plants or groups of plants as they lie on the ground. Wildfire spreads faster when plant material is close together. Separating vegetation horizontally by increasing the amount of space between individual plants or plant groups will slow the spread of fire and reduce its intensity. Also, the wider the spacing between plants, the greater the wind speed must be to spread fire from plant to plant. In most cases, the amount of horizontal space needed is determined by the slope of the land and the type and size vegetation. For example, property on a steep slope with large, thick vegetation requires greater spacing between trees and shrubs than property with no slope and small, sparse vegetation. Most wildfires start as surface or ground fires. The primary goal of vertical separation is to prevent fire from spreading from ground vegetation to the tops or crowns of trees, where it can jump from crown to crown ahead of the ground fire. The term ladder fuels refers to the vertical arrangement of plants on your property and the effect that it has during a wildfire. The ladder effect starts with fire burning in ground vegetation, which spreads to small plants and bushes nearby. From there, it moves to taller vegetation and lower hanging branches, which carry it to the upper portions of the trees. Once flames reach the treetops, wildfire spreads rapidly and is extremely difficult to fight. Ground vegetation can also act as ladder fuels by preheating the branches of taller trees to the point that they can catch fire. By increasing the amount of space between trees and the surface vegetation below, vertical separation can eliminate the ladder effect and help reduce the spread of wildfire. This can be done by pruning or removing ground vegetation and by limbing up trees to remove live and dead branches nearest the ground. Unfortunately, the vegetation many people choose for screening can contribute to wildfire risk. The same tree density that provides privacy, acts as a windbreak, and reduces traffic noise also increases flammability. Vegetation planted between homes or along your property line may provide the fuel a wildfire needs to spread into your backyard. Vegetation management should start with horizontal separation. Proper horizontal and vertical separation reduce wildfire spread, but in some cases, separating vegetation horizontally can limit the amount of vertical separation needed to protect your home. Horizontal separation guidelines. All shrubs greater than 2 feet in height shall be in a maximum grouping of 3 plants and separated by a distance of 3 times the height of the tallest shrub, or 15 feet, whichever is greater. Plants that are 2 feet or lower in height need no separation. Shrubs greater than 2 feet in height shall be no closer than 15 feet from the edge of the tree canopy, measured horizontally. All trees shall be in a maximum grouping of 3 and shall be separated by a distance of 30 feet. Vertical separation guidelines. Trees and shrubs more than 10 feet in height require vertical separation of 4 feet between plant material on the ground and the lowest branch of the tree or shrub. Trees and shrubs less than 10 feet in height and located within 30 feet of the home require vertical separation of 2 feet between plant material on the ground and the lowest branch of the tree or shrub. No vertical separation is required when trees or shrubs are located more than 30 feet from the home and are less than 10 feet in height. Keep in mind that the shrubs below the trees need to be 2 feet or less in height.